You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, everybody? So we are back with Bachelor Chad. I know we took a few weeks off. I had to go back home to Oklahoma to visit family, and now we're going to be answering some of your dating questions along with kind of getting into some stuff. And again, I am here, as always, with my host, Renee Ariel.
Hello, everyone. Chad, it's been so long.
I know. It's been, what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
I think it's been a month.
Shit.
It's been a minute. But you guys, You've been asking, when are we coming back? We're back.
We're back. Yeah, I had a bunch of people that were like, what are you doing? Are you coming back? Like,
I know. People are like, is the show canceled? We're like, no, it's a scheduling thing, promise.
Yeah, exactly. I had to go home and visit. I didn't realize I hadn't been home in over a year. So.
Jeez, over a year?
So
That's
like,
nuts.
okay.
Also, is it just me or did we hear Jeff go,
Yeah, I heard
on
that
the
too.
microphone?
Guys, I'm going to be honest. I just put some Starburst in my mouth, and I totally forgot that my mic was hot. So for those listening, that is exactly what happened.
I thought you were going to say you forgot how delicious they were.
Also that. These are so good right now. I got to be honest.
Wow, we do not share, Jeff.
Yeah, that's actually not cool.
That's
man.
really rude.
Yeah, bro. Anyway.
Yeah, Chad, what's been going on? So you went home. How was that?
Went home. That was kind of, I mean, it was good. It was crazy. So, like, I'd go with my dad to the gym, and then I'd hang out and have fun with my sister and her boyfriend. And so it was really good, though. You know, just got to catch up, kind of see the old town. It was weird. I had no idea it had been a full year.
That's wild.
So I've been locked out here in an apartment, you know? So
well,
it's good to go back there and see like open spaces.
Yes, that's what happens to me when I go home as well. Yeah. So much land, so much greenery. It's crazy.
Yeah, and everything's so much cheaper.
Oh, so much gas is so much cheaper. Gas is so expensive here now.
What even is? I don't even look at gas prices. I just buy gas.
Oh my gosh, I peek. I go to so I have like a gas station I go to, and I always like peek at the price now because it's usually the best, but now it's like it's over $4. I hate it. It's the worst.
No, gas is the one thing that like I just don't even look at the price
because it's
like you gotta have it. I'm not gonna be like, ooh, gas is expensive. Let me.
You could go to Costco. Do you have a Costco membership? I do.
I don't even know where Costco is.
There's a few in LA. I don't know, but I would like to start getting my gas there. Well, I've been around. I've been busy. I have some like work stuff going on that I can't talk about yet, but there's exciting things changing this month.
Okay.
But other than that, I've gone on a few dates since we last talked.
Okay.
I'm a Hinge user. I think we talked about that.
Yeah,
I've been on the Hinge grind. But yeah, really the same old for the most part.
Yeah, same here, pretty much.
Same old.
Still trying to get on that Raya.
Right? Oh my God! Yeah. Are you trying to you're not accepted?
Friend, I tried one time right after the first show, and they're like, I don't think they're accepting any Bachelor people because at this point there was too many Bachelor people trying to get on. You know what I mean?
Well,
they're like, you guys are pseudo celebs. but by the fifth show, I was like, hey, come on now.
Come on.
Yeah. So I got my one of my friends sent me a little link or whatever, and I don't know how it works because all I did was go to my phone and then you clicked it and it was like, all right, we'll check it out. But it's like, all you know is my phone number. You don't know who I am.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works.
Weird.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know because I'm tired of getting screenshotted and stuff.
You might as well go on Riot.
I mean? Or you say something and the next thing you know, I type my name in the Twitter and it's like, oh, really? Why'd you match with me? You know what I mean?
With Raya, don't you have to? It's a paid one, right? I have some friends that are on it.
I think it's paid or something. I mean, I think
don't
there's
know how much.
I think you could add videos and I don't know. I saw a friend of mine from Famously Single. He had it, and it was he had video montages of him doing poses and doing different stuff.
Maybe that's what is missing from my dating profile. Yeah. Just some video poses. Feel free to just capture this, and I'll add it to my dating profile later today.
Yeah, just zoom in and make it a GIF.
Wait, so today, okay, Chad, I want to know, and I think we talked about this a little bit. Have you had a nightmare dating story before? If you had a date that you're like, oh my God, am I having a nightmare?
Normally, if it's a nightmare, it's probably me because I didn't like the girl. So back in the day when I didn't like a girl or if something was going wrong, I would just drink myself stupid so I didn't have to deal with it because I was very bad about
no.
I didn't like telling girls no or that hey, I don't like you. So I would just drink myself stupid. So I would just run them off,
So you were the nightmare.
Yeah, I would be the nightmare.
Interested. Wow.
Yeah,
I love how self-aware you are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whenever it comes to me, I'm very I like talking to people when I have like a drink in me, but like if I don't like you, like immediately I'm just like, yo, if I'm sober, like I have no interest in this. Like,
interesting.
I'm gonna immediately start thinking about business again, so, which has made it hard. I stopped drinking 2 weeks ago, so.
Oh my God, good for you.
Yeah, totally.
Stuck to it.
Stuck to it this time.
Good for you.
Yeah, I've decided like, as much fun as it makes dating, like it makes it so much smoother. It's just not worth it. It costs too much money. I spend too much money. I get out of shape. Yeah.
On your dating life, we know it's
Exactly.
crazy amounts.
I wake up like skinny and fatter and poorer every time. So I'm like, man, it's just not at this point. Like, what's the point of like really doing that? You know, I'd rather take a few dates of like getting coffee and just hanging out and like let it take time to get to know you versus being like, 2 hours in, we're all drinking and you're like, this is what happened when I was 12. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
You're like, I need another drink to get through
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Where you just get too deep too quick, but then in reality, it's like it was almost like artificial. So
I had a date once where the guy was a total nightmare, and not because he drank himself silly. I went out with this guy who I met on Tinder. This was like 4 years ago. And we went to a nearby bar. Everything was running smoothly up until he started obsessing over prostitutes.
What?
He asked me, pretty sure, oh no, I remember how it happened. He was like, hey, like, how are guys treating you in LA? And I'm like, oh, that's a weird question to ask on a first date. Ha ha ha. And he goes, no, it's not. It's a first date. Why is that a weird question? I'm like, how about you go first? You tell me. And he goes, well, girls, they all suck here, and most of them are prostitutes. And I'm like, what?
I mean, he's not wrong.
That is not true. Most girls
They all have sugar
not
daddies.
prostitutes. Okay.
If you're in the Instagram world, I can tell you a very large majority. When I'm
Instagram
talking to a girl
models.
for a couple months and all of a sudden I know that she's a waiter making $12 an hour or something, and next thing you know, she's on a flight to Bora Bora.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm like,
But that's like Instagram model realm. Like, that's not most girls
That's
in
true.
LA, which he was trying to
most
say
girls
was
in LA are on
most,
Instagram. So.
most girls in LA he's met are prostitutes.
Okay, yeah.
We somehow got into this discussion of like, he asked me if I'd ever seen a prostitute. I'm like, I don't think I have. Like, I don't know. Like, out on a street corner, I don't think I have. This was, again, 4 years ago. Since then, I have. But at the time,
So
I had
you
not.
had not seen prostitutes, but now you have seen prostitutes.
I've, like, out on the corners, if you're, like, driving through downtown late at night, it happens.
What are you doing driving around downtown late at
Not
night?
like every night I'm like driving through downtown, but have you ever like went to an event or a carpet and you're leaving and then there's, you're like, oh, that could be, I didn't ask, I didn't
I've never
interview
seen
her.
one. I've never seen one.
I'm pretty sure I have.
I just see the sugar daddy girls online. That's the only thing that like I ever see.
Yeah, well, I don't, I mean, you can assume that, yeah for sure.
That's nice.
But anyways, I'm pretty sure I have at this point. I forget what, I'm pretty sure downtown LA, but I definitely at this point have seen a prostitute. I'm fairly sure. Anyways, moving forward.
I mean, I don't think it's like a serial killer. Like it's
not that crazy.
It's not like you saw like a leprechaun.
And listen, I'm a fan. Like, do what you want with your
oh my
body.
God,
like,
you guys.
yeah, like it's not that crazy. But at the time, I was like, I haven't. And he said to me, like, you're stupid. You've definitely seen a prostitute. What do you mean? I'm like, well, maybe I have. I don't think I have. He's like, I guarantee someone you know is a prostitute. I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, I guarantee one of your friends is a prostitute. And we went on this whole thing about how someone in my life is a prostitute. So eventually I was like, you know what?
Did you
I'm
find
change.
What if you really did find someone?
And I was like, I text him 5 years later, like, hey.
I found out.
You were right.
This entire time, Kelly's been tooting it.
Still haven't. I any of my friends come on forward if that's true, if he was right. But it got worse. This is where it like really took a turn.
Okay.
I made a joke that really offended him. By the way, after he talked about prostitutes for 30 minutes, this offended him. I asked him like, hey, listen, you know what? I'd love to hear about your friends. And he said, well, I have several acquaintances. To which
they're all prostitutes.
they're all prostitutes. To which I said, ha 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 ha, that's so LA of you. Because in no other part of this country, when you go there and you ask about their friends, they go, well, I have a lot of acquaintances. That's so LA.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was funny. He did not. He was very offended. He went on a tangent for about 5 minutes, how that's not so LA of him and that's actually really normal. And then he stopped talking to me for the rest of the date.
Wait, what did he do? Just like eat chicken wings?
Let me be him. So basically he was sitting there just looking to the right, looking above me, looking to the left, like avoiding eye contact.
Why didn't he just leave then?
We had to pay still.
Or he could have drank himself stupid.
Or he could have drank himself stupid. It was a horrible, horrible date. I'll never forget it. Worst part is he is an actor in the industry and he's like, I would say like F list. You will
Is he
know
below
his
me?
face. He's below you.
Oh shit.
You will know his face.
That sucks.
You know what? I'll show you his face. I just won't show the camera because don't want to get in trouble.
That's interesting.
But yeah, so you.
And that is an LA thing. Like you have a million acquaintances, but like you don't have people that like you don't have anybody like, hey man, are you doing good? And you're like, you know what, bro? I am having a good day. It's more like, hey, I'm going to this club.
Do you know that person?
No,
He was on a few big
don't
shows, but he's the worst human. So
He looks pretty.
he's pretty on the outside.
Yeah. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Truly. Okay, let's get into our segment, Ask a Hot Guy.
Yeah. Ooh, ask a hot guy.
Ask a Hot Guy. That's our song.
Well, I feel like we had a different thing for it originally.
I mean, I think we both
Advice
say
from a hot guy.
Advice from Hot Guy. Chad Vice.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's hop right into it.
Let's do it.
The first one is ghosting ever a good thing? That comes from guaranteed.cringe. That's a terrible Instagram name, but all right.
I would say if they're like psycho, ghost them. I would ghost a psycho.
Yeah.
But if not, be an adult and say like, hey, this isn't working out.
Yeah.
I think we're all just too scared to do that, so that's why we ghost instead of just being like, you're cool, but I'm not into you, and you smell weird.
I think nowadays it's just kind of the way you do things. I mean, if you're feeling somebody or you're not feeling somebody, you just kind of slowly.
But you
go
slowly
away.
ghost. You
I
don't
don't
just
immediate
ghost.
Yeah. It's a slow fade.
You do a fade out.
Yeah.
Is that the same as ghosting, or is it different? I think it's different.
I'm not sure.
Would you straight up ghost someone?
That girl on that show said that I ghosted her, but in reality, it was like we just slowly stopped talking.
You gave her a fade out.
You gave her
There's
a fade out.
a
I feel like
difference.
it's respectful fade out. You know, like it's not like, I mean, just straight ghosting. I feel like that's a bit of a dick move.
Yeah.
But you know, and people are like, why don't you just tell me? But in reality, who's gonna do that nowadays? Like, we have so many people and so many different apps and things where we can talk to new people. There's no point in me even taking the 30 seconds to like, hey, let me hurt your feelings real quick. Like,
Yeah.
and also if you're not intelligent enough to like be able to read what's happening, then you know what I mean?
I know, like
Like
people don't take
you're not ready
hints.
for a relationship anyway if you're not able to like read little signals and stuff, I feel like.
Like if someone, for instance, like if you ask them to hang out and they do not say anything or try to hang out with you ever, they're not interested. It's
True.
like that simple. They don't need to blatantly say like, no, thank you very much. They can just ignore it, and that's that. But like, if you've gone on a few dates with someone and then you don't want to see them any longer, I do think even if you're not like dating, like if it's not your
I feel
boyfriend,
like I've never gone on a date with somebody a couple times and then not wanting to see them at all anymore. I always am like, I'll see you sometime. It's just like
you're just not
the
that
top
interested.
list of the priority.
Yeah, I've done that too. I've gone on dates with guys and then like didn't see them for 6 months and I saw them again, because at that point you're casually dating and you're not going to take it too seriously, but you kind of know as it builds up, like, is this going somewhere?
See, I take a long time to text girls, so like whenever I finally do text them, I had a couple, a couple weeks ago where like I had asked them like a couple months ago, like several times to hang out, and they straight ghosted me, like didn't say anything. Mm-mm. But then it's like then all of a sudden they come out of the woodwork and they want to hang out. So it has nothing to do with like whether they like you or don't like you. It's just like at that point in time they probably had something going on or they were busy.
100%.
So I really think you can't take texting all too. A lot of people, they take it as this person's doing this to them and they take it personally, but it's like you can't take it personally. I mean,
you can't.
Some days I get 100 texts and it's like I'm not taking anything personally. It's just I'm going to text whoever I'm planning to see like right then or whoever I have a business deal with, and I just don't have the time to get into the like, how was your day? Oh, it was great. Did you eat a sandwich? Oh, cool. I had a sandwich. Yeah. So it's like it's almost nicer of me to just not respond and not involve myself in that conversation and then later hit them up when I'm ready than it is to get involved and be shitty conversationalist.
Yeah, I am a pretty bad texter a lot of the time. I don't mean to be. I turned my read receipts on so I can hold myself accountable. Because
you turn them on?
I turned them on because
I don't
now
do that. That's the one thing
I when I have time, I will open the messages and I will feel that pressure because I have bad anxiety being like, I need to respond to this, or I like leave it until I'm ready to check it out. It makes it For me, it's helped just because I'm trying to be
That's
better.
probably a good idea, actually, because I have so many where I'm like, I'll scroll back through and I'm like, oh, God, I didn't even.
You forget because you want to open them because you see a notification. You're like, ooh, cool. And you open it and then
you go right back to whatever it was you were doing and then you just never respond. That happens all the time.
It's helped me, I think, get better at texting. So.
Okay. I have one more question. I can't figure out where it came from, but I do remember this one off the top of my head because I can't find it in there. But somebody said, was it my ex or I think it was my ex is already dating someone else, but he keeps hitting me up, and I keep telling him to stop. Why won't he? And my whole thing is block him.
Yeah, 100% block him.
It's a button. Like whenever people are like, this guy's annoying me, this person's doing this. Block. You can block Instagram, you can block Twitter, you can block on your phone. It's literally a button.
But is she saying that, or is she saying, is he like trying to get back together with her, or like why is he texting her while he's with someone? Because
I thought she was just.
My answer is men are shady. Is that a bad answer? Like, I fully believe he probably misses her, wants to see what she's up to, and is also dating some new girl. This happens.
Yeah. But if she's not into it or she's not feeling it, then, block him.
Block him. If you're not feeling it, block him. If you are.
I see so many people online that respond to people. Like I read a lot on Reddit and I read these like interesting things where people will continue these conversations with weirdos.
No.
And then they're like, wow, I can't believe he wrote all this stuff. It's like, but you responded every time. Like, why?
Why?
If you don't want to talk to somebody, either don't respond or block them. It's super simple. And people make it complicated. It's like if you're in a bad relationship, and I get it, a lot of girls are like, I was emotionally manipulated into staying.
Yeah.
But it's like, you could just leave.
Here's what I'll say.
You can just block them.
I was in something very toxic for like a year and a half off and on. And it's crazy how you will justify and forgive them. You'll like get so angry and then like a week or two later, sometimes a month later, you're like, but it's okay because he loves me. And you will stay in something so unhealthy. You kind of have to get to your last straw. Everyone has to get to their own last straw before you can finally walk away.
The key to that, I feel like, is to set a certain straw.
Yeah.
You have to, once you know it's bad, once you know it's toxic, you set something. And then once they do that thing, you're like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, and then you got to get out of there.
Yeah.
It's so hard, though. And I have, like, friends who have been in toxic relationships, and just the same goes. You can't even, as a friend, tell them, like, don't be in it, get out, because I promise you, they'll just stop telling you. Like, that's what I started. I got to a point where I would not tell people.
Oh, gotcha.
And I have friends that have done that. And so I would say, listen, for this girl, we got a little sidetracked, but if this guy is like a good guy, I don't think he would be texting you while dating someone else, because that to me shows what he'll do to you if you get back together.
Well, it just shows that he's obviously not fully invested in the relationship he's in.
But like, why be in it then? That's a choice.
True. I mean, maybe he's needy. Maybe he's young.
Maybe he's needy.
A lot of younger guys like need their ego stroked. That's why a lot of guys need to go to the bar every single night to flirt with a girl because they feel the need to like, tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Am I good? Am I cool?
Yeah. Yep. What else do we have in there? That's a really good question because I know I even have some friends who have been through that. It's like, gosh, don't do that.
Yeah. It can be rough. I mean, I've continued dating some girls that I knew were nuts, but that's because when it was good, it was good. Whenever you're with somebody like that, it's really good.
That's the toxic relationship, though. Like,
but those
when
are fun.
It's good.
It can be fun. But you got to know what you're doing to yourself. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, you can't be in a toxic... I've been in toxic relationships, but it was like, I know this is terrible, but it's like, when it's here, and when it's there, it's there.
But that's the thing.
You can be in one where it's normal.
You should be in one where it's normal. And you can even find one where the highs are high, but the lows are not as low as it gets when you're in something toxic. Because let me tell you...
Limit the lows.
It's like, it's a freaking roller coaster.
Okay, where's another?
What else do we got? There was one that you read before we started that I really liked. What was that one?
How do you start online dating, or what tips do you have in making a good dating profile?
A good one. We kind of talked about online dating a few episodes ago, which feels like a year ago, but it does.
It feels like a long time ago.
I would say find the right app for you. I am a new Hinge user. The right app for you.
No, you gotta find the newest app.
The newest app?
It depends on what you're looking for.
100%.
The hottest people moved to the newest thing. So it was Tinder, then the hotties moved to Bumble. Then the hotties moved to Hinge.
Oh, are the hotties all on Hinge now?
Yeah, the hotties are all on Hinge.
Wow,
right now.
really glad that I'm
for sure.
in with the cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Hinge a lot because you don't swipe, so it's a lot easier to like not miss someone that you like.
God, but if you hit that X one time, I had a button.
Yeah, and then you can't go back.
It was a great one.
Yeah.
I was like Googling how to go back. Who knows?
no
She's
going
out there
back.
somewhere.
Also, Hinge does this weird thing where you know how it has the people that like you page?
Oh, yeah.
So you can like them back, start a conversation, but sometimes they'll appear in the just normal page of searching. And if you're like, oh, I already liked them, let me exit this out, then they're gone forever. Did we talk about that? Was it us that talked about that?
See, I would never take that chance. If I like them, you got to hit the heart.
Like again.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Maria.
We're starting over.
Oh, wow, this is a DJ.
But where were we at? Yeah.
Yeah, but with...
Anyway, the point is, get on an app, find an app. It doesn't matter what app.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz...
Sorry, guys, just roll with it. Jeff in the booth. This is the fun of live TV,
we
guys.
are starting off.
We're back.
Ooh, we are back at it. What a refreshing moment for us.
It's almost like starting over.
Pumping us back up, part 2.
But all right, okay, getting on to the online dating. What should you do? And I can say for a while there, I was pretty bad or good, depending on how you looked at it. In terms of people online, I've probably talked to more girls than 10,000 guys could have ever in their lifetimes.
Oh my God.
Well, you've seen my.
I have.
Before.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah, but it takes practice. It takes like a little bit of skill after a while, because the thing is, you want to be ready whenever you find that girl you really like. You got to be like up to date and up to speed. And I'll tell you, dating is the one thing. If you don't use it, you will indeed lose it.
Oh, wow.
That's why I like to be warmed up.
If you don't use it, you will lose it.
Yeah.
Wow, words of wisdom.
So the point is, get on a dating app. And the number one thing, too, you have to do is you have to get good pictures. Don't get liar pictures. A lot of these girls, you got to look the way you look.
That's true.
I mean, I get it if, you maybe soften your skin a teeny bit. Maybe it's good lighting.
Oh, I love, I'm a user of the skin softener. My legs will always look the most soft in photos. My legs still look pretty soft IRL, but like they're always going to look that much better in photos.
Yeah,
That is my hot tip for my photos. I will say, I use the skin smoother, but like, you're perfect the way you are. Don't mess things around.
Well, you're not necessarily perfect the way you're perfect in your own right.
Oh my God. Okay, I say that's Chad. I say you're perfect the way you are. You don't need to face tune.
But the thing is, if you face tune yourself to look younger or skinnier or anything
like get rid of wrinkles.
Yeah.
People get rid of wrinkles.
Oh yeah. Oh, they do. People will change everything, but if you edit yourself to look something. Let's say, okay, if I'm sitting here in this picture and my bicep looks a little bit small, if just because of the angle, maybe I'll make it a little bigger or something. That's okay because I am a big guy.
That?
I've occasionally done it.
Oh my God! Hot tip.
Because you never know if you hit a wrong angle. That I understand.
Yeah.
If just something is looking weird, you got a little poof coming out or something because the angle.
Your
totally
shirt
cool.
is weird.
Scrunch that thing in. But if you show up being a different like age, size, or weight or something than you typically are, it's almost just like. It's just rude because it makes you like a liar. And if you're lying to somebody based upon your like just who you are in general before you've even met somebody, what's to say you're not going to lie about everything throughout a relationship? It's just starting off you're starting off from a lie.
Yeah, there's just already an elephant in the room, so it's just going to make it a little weird.
Right.
I mean, I feel like people don't. It's crazy. I don't feel like people catfish anymore the way they used to, where like you use totally fake photos. Like now people use their photos and just make them look completely different, which is crazy. And I think, is there a term for that, or is it just catfishing?
I think it's still just
catfish.
I just call people catfish. I don't call. I mean, be like, yeah, she was a catfish.
She was catfish.
Yeah, that's what you call it nowadays. Because I mean, I've had it where you show up and you're just like, man, like. Had I had a little bit, maybe you do have an awesome personality. Mm-hmm. Maybe I still would have came with you on this, but like you presented yourself in an erroneous light, and now I almost feel like upset that you like. Did you think you were going to get it by me? You know what I mean? That type of thing.
So it's just use up-to-date, accurate photos.
Up-to-date, accurate photos. Good lighting.
Build up the bicep, but like don't go crazy.
Yeah, don't go crazy. That's the whole thing. Don't go crazy. You know when you see those ladies on Facebook and they've like edited out their nose because it's so blurry?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Listen, we all have photos where like, oh wow, my nose looks big in that one. Just don't use that one. Like use one where your nose doesn't look big.
Exactly. So I think the thing is have good lifestyle pictures, have good pictures. Don't edit too much, but they can be your best pictures.
Yeah.
And then you want to have like some type of interesting caption or something about you. But I'll tell you what, one thing a lot of people do on these apps is they try to be too like quirky or too witty.
Oh, see, I've got.
And
I like to be funny in mine.
Simple. I think you just be simple.
Can I read you one of my prompts
But the thing
on
is,
Hinge?
the thing is, these things are from photos. If I like the way you look, I'm gonna want to invest to find out whether you're awesome or whether you suck in person or not.
See, I like when if a guy's like in his photos, he's like cute, but he has funny prompts. I'll not right swipe him, but what you do on the Hinge where you just click the heart. Wow, what happened to my voice? Whereas if he was like really obnoxious or annoying in his prompts, I'm not gonna, even no matter how cute he is, I'll be too annoyed to right swipe. But one of my,
I just don't like when people message me like, so if you were a turtle and you're living in, you know what I mean?
No.
If you're a turtle living in the ocean, what would be your favorite food? Or something stupid. Where I'm like, just say hey, let's go from there. Like say hey, maybe ask me about my day, and then from there, once we get a couple questions in, okay, now maybe. This is what I did with my day. Here's something a little funny throughout my day.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have something a little funny throughout your day? Now we're getting into it.
I don't even think you need to talk that much, though. Okay, to be honest, I prefer to get to know the person in person. Yeah. I want to, as soon as I verify that you are a real person and you exist out in the world and you're who you are, like if I find your Instagram or whatever, I want to go get drinks because first of all, I get super easily disinterested. Like I get so bored of texting.
Yeah.
I don't care. There's probably so many guys on Hinge that I've honest to God just like stopped caring about because we never met. And it was a few days and I was like, just over
like 600 people that I was mid-conversation with and I'm like,
I don't really care about your day anymore.
Yeah.
Cool.
The whole goal of the thing is match. You both know each other, like the way each other look. You're semi-interested. And you say hey to each other. You're not weird. Just don't screw it up and meet up.
Yep.
You can screw it up once you're in person.
Once you're in person. All right, shall we take one more?
All right, let's see what else we got.
What else do we got in there? By the way, my fun prompt in my bio is a fact about me that surprises people. And I put, I'm single.
Oh, that's surprising while you're on a dating app.
It's funny. It's funny, Chad. Yeah. People say
I guess it's kind of funny. Well, I don't know. But what if, I don't know. I feel like I might not get it. I'd be like,
You think I'm just like, well, I guess people are always surprised that I'm single. No. Yeah. People know I've gotten compliments.
You got to add like lols.
No, people know. And if they don't know, then they don't have the same sense of humor as me, and I'm already dodging a bullet.
That's true.
So.
Okay. I get it now. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what we got.
Yeah, what do we have in there? Oh, God, what?
Some girls that DM me stuff sometimes then just think it's funny to hop in here and just say some greasy stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah, okay. Who are the sneakiest liars, men or women? I think is that a good one?
I think women are sneakier. I think men are shadier. Like, I think women know the ways to get around stuff more than guys. Like, I feel like guys will make rookie mistakes, whereas women, like, I promise you, if someone is lying to me, I will find out the lie. Like, I will go into full detective mode, whereas I'm not a good liar, but I feel like if I really wanted to, like, put something away, I could. I just don't ask me to my face because I will be very clear that I'm lying. But as for, like, technology traces, non-existent.
Non-existent.
I feel like I could, because I know the tricks. I know exactly where to look. Whereas guys,
oh, you know where to look. Okay, I thought you were saying you knew how to hide online because you can't really hide online stuff.
Well, I feel like I can hide it because I know where to look, so I know where they might look. Even though I'd still have 10 other places I'd look that they wouldn't.
I try to keep a blind eye on people I'm dating until I'm actually serious about them.
Really? Wait, do you creep on social media at all?
No, not really.
Wow.
No, I try to be as like do your thing. I'm doing my thing until I decide that this is our thing now. Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna get real creepy.
What is the shadiest?
In terms of like, I'm gonna like do a little bit of due diligence to make sure like nothing weird is happening.
Yeah.
Is there some other guy out there that I don't know about? Something like that.
What's the shadiest, sneakiest lie you've ever told when dating someone? Oh. We could compare ours and answer the question just based on us.
I don't think I don't really lie in dating.
You've never had a sneaky lie?
I mean, I've been talking to more than one girls at one time and told one I wasn't talking to more than one, but I've never like cheated or been dating somebody and been dating somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had any shady secrets.
I can't think of one for myself either, actually. I really don't like lying. I will tell you, though, my ex lied to me about going to a wedding with his ex while we were together. He told me he was like back east for an audition, and I figured it out because I was on social media. Did he book it? He fully went to a wedding with his ex and for her like family member and did not tell me and was trying to hide it. He went great lengths to hide it.
Do you think he got the gig?
Shut up. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I think men are shadier liars, but they're not sneaky. Because look how I caught it. Yeah, that's
true.
But like he like tried getting a friend to be on the phone with us to prove his whereabouts. We're not this wedding.
A three-way phone call.
And I'm like, you're an idiot. I'll still find out, and I did, and that was like the worst.
Wow.
Men are shady.
That's a little messed up. I mean, but maybe he didn't like her, and he was just doing that to protect you because he knew you would flip out.
But why would you go to a wedding with your ex?
Maybe because they're like just friends. I'm just friends with my ex.
She wanted to like get back with him. It was a very shady situation.
Maybe he's just friends with her.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Still messed up.
I don't know. I'm like my relationship with my ex is like the only time I would ever trust somebody. I mean, knowing me, I probably wouldn't trust me, but at the same time, like I have a relationship with my ex that like is straight, just like friends.
Well, I think it depends on the ex. I have certain exes where it wouldn't be shady, but the thing is, I would tell you about it. Like if I were dating someone and I like wanted to hang out with my ex, I would just tell them about it if it wasn't shady. If you're hiding it, that's when it becomes
Well, I totally wouldn't trust it, though. I don't trust any exes hanging out with their exes, or any girls hanging out with their exes. Like, if a girl had the exact same scenario as me, I'd be like, bullshit. I'm totally begging him.
Yeah, right? So, I don't know. So, what do you think? What's your final answer? Who is sneakier?
Final answer? I think girls are more prone to be... They're better at it. You're just naturally more like
that's the thing.
receptive.
We're better at it, but men are
you guys have a better
shadier.
sense. You guys just pay more attention. Ours is very on the top. Like, hey, I'm going here, but I'm really not. Yeah. But y'all's is like very strategical. Like you're 7 steps in advance. You've already like moved the furniture around to say that I had to go get a piece for the furniture, and it's not. Oh yeah, see, it's moved.
Yeah,
you guys just plan very far in advance, I feel like.
I agree. Yeah, I think men just don't get away with it as much. But I think they do, in my opinion, for the most part, they do worse. They do more. They go, like, the greater length.
Well, I feel like we dig ourselves a hole.
Oh, for sure.
Because we'll come up with because we think we can just be, like, nonchalant about it, and then we realize we can't, but we didn't plan in advance, and so now we're not sure what to do, so we come up with another lie that has to, like, cover another lie.
This is the problem.
And then we just keep digging deeper and deeper. And then we play D3, deny, deny, deny.
Deny, deny, deny.
And y'all just get more pissed off and say, yeah, you're making me crazy. I'm not crazy. You're making me crazy.
And that's facts.
Not that that's ever happened to me.
What? Never. What? Excuse me. Yeah, I fully believe women are just as crazy as the guy that they're dating has made them to be.
I mean, that's not always true.
Not always true. There are some crazy girls, some crazy guys.
I believe I've heard that before.
For sure. But I do believe for the most part, when someone is, I don't like when guys are always like, I think a big red flag when dating someone is when the guy's like, oh yeah, all my exes are crazy. No, you're probably crazy. If you're saying all your exes are crazy,
but what if you just, I mean, they all were crazy.
Do you think all of your exes were crazy?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a solid percentage.
Are you changing because I just said that? You're like, no, only some of them, maybe most of them.
Like 1 or 2, 96%.
But I don't know. Do we have time for one more? Or
we'll see if we got one more.
Got time for one more, guys.
Cool.
Let's see what we got.
My mom has texted me.
Okay, this is a pretty juicy one.
Her cat was in my mom's dresser. In case anyone cared, that is what my mom texted me to let me know.
Who is that? Not got a random text, but not important right now.
Not important. We got to get to the questions.
Okay, this one says, I saw my current bang buddy is looking for a new relationship. Should I back off? Actually, that's kind of hard to answer. I don't know what they...
If your new bang buddy is looking for a relationship with you or a new relationship?
Yeah, I can't even...
I don't even know how to answer that.
Yeah, because I don't know what it... Where's he looking for a new relationship? Like, online?
Like, you saw him on Hinge or something, and he's like, looking for my wife. And you're like...
Looking for my wife. Wait, what's that from?
I don't know. I would say... Should we stick with that one, or do you want to pick another one?
I gotta see if there's one more. There's got to be a good one in here.
Got a good one? Go out with a bang?
How do you know you're choosing the right person?
I think when you know, you know. That's
Yeah.
my simple answer.
I do too. I think if you definitely wouldn't be talking to anybody else.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like. So if I see a girl texting with an ex, I know, well, I'm not the one then. Because if you have any interest in talking to anybody else, then it just shows that like you're not giving me everything.
Yeah, I think it should be easy. I don't think you should be getting in your head. It's fine like in the very beginning, but like when you know, you know. Even my friend who gets...
It can take a while.
Yeah, one of my friends who's like one of my really good friends, she gets super, super in her head when dating usually. And this new guy, she's been with him for a bit now. She's just stress-free. Like everything's going at a good pace and she feels like she knows. And we'll see, judging by these answers, if that's right. But like, I feel like when you know, you know.
I just think that nowadays there are some girls that still live in the thing where they think like it should be immediate. But the fact of the matter is nowadays when you've got 150 unread messages on Hinge and 75 on Instagram and all these different things, and you're talking to all these different people and you're like, well, I like that one, but I like that one too, and I like that one too. Like, you have to get to know people, so you can't make a decision immediately because, I mean, it's just like showing up to a car dealership and there's a red Ferrari, there's a blue Lamborghini.
Just like
they're all fun to drive. They're all great for a while, but you want to figure out like which one can you take on a road trip, as well as which one can you take to the racetrack, you know, which one is very versatile, you know? I want to do it all.
I want to do it all.
I want to do it all.
That's your car for life.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, for
at least
life.
till the next.
One car for life.
Or
Till it gets higher mileage. And then you sell it. No, I'm just kidding.
Romance is not dead. Anyways, on that note.
Yeah. But on that note, to summarize that, I think, how do you know when you find the right one? I think it's... basically, you're just constantly looking for somebody that fits everything that you're looking for. It makes you happy to where you're not thinking about other people. To where when you've gone 2 weeks and you haven't thought about another person, like talking to another person or like, ooh, they look good, yeah. Then I think that's when you know, like, okay, I have no sexual interest really in anybody else. Your desire to pursue them, and that's when you know that like at least you should give this person everything.
Yeah, it just goes in stages. You'll figure it out. It's an easy thing where we don't even have to answer that because that's one thing you're gonna figure out on your own.
Exactly. Yeah. When you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
But don't rush it.
But don't rush it.
But also don't take too long.
And find the perfect car for road trips and the racetrack.
Road trips and the racetrack. That's how you find your woman or your man.
Or your man. Anyway, it was good being back.
Yeah, good to be back. Been a while.
Yeah, but we'll be back here next week.
Back into the swing of things, you know.
Back in the swing of things.
Talking more dating and stuff. We're taking a little break from The Bachelor just because...
Just for the time being.
It's not airing, and I don't follow those people.
But it'll be back. We'll see. Right now, we're just going to talk about dating. But you guys, if you want to follow me in the meantime, you can follow me at Renee Ariel on Instagram and on Twitter.
And you can follow me at Real Chad Johnson across everything.
And we'll be back here next Tuesday.
See you guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.